Imagine a car so extreme that it scares manufacturers. A car so raw, so unforgiving, that it reminds the world what driving used to mean. No hybrid systems, no launch control safety nets, no apology. This is not a hypercar built in Europe. This is American engineering turned up to 11. It doesn't try to be friendly. It doesn't try to be safe. It exists to test limits, yours and its own. This is the Dodge Viper ACR, a car that doesn't whisper speed, it screams it. The Dodge Viper has always been different. While the world chased refinement, Dodge chased chaos. Big engine, rear-wheel drive, no excuses. From day one, the Viper ignored trends. It rejected comfort, rejected technology, and rejected compromise. It was built around one belief: driving should feel dangerous. And when Dodge decided to build the ultimate version, they didn't aim for comfort or luxury. They aimed for domination. The ACR wasn't created to sell in numbers. It was created to embarrass supercars on track days. This wasn't a car for everyone. It was a car for drivers who wanted fear and control at the same time. The ACR badge stands for American Club Racer, and that name says everything. This wasn't a marketing addition. It was a weapon designed for lap times. Dodge engineers weren't interested in bragging rights. They wanted proof. Proof that American muscle could evolve into a precision instrument. They stripped weight, stiffened everything, and focused on one goal: maximum grip, maximum downforce, maximum punishment. Every decision was based on data, not emotion. The Viper ACR exists because Dodge wanted to prove something: that raw American muscle could outhandle, outbrake, and outperform the world's best without hiding behind electronics. The design of the Viper ACR is brutal. No curves for beauty, no drama for attention. Everything you see exists for one purpose: speed through corners. That massive rear wing isn't cosmetic. It produces over 1,700 pounds of downforce at speed. The front splitter, dive planes, and rear diffuser work together like a race car. Nothing is subtle. Nothing is hidden. At speed, the ACR presses itself into the pavement. It doesn't glide. It attacks. This is one of the most aerodynamic road cars ever built. And unlike most cars, the aero isn't disguised. It's loud, it's visible, it's intimidating. The ACR looks like it wants to hurt lap records, and it does. At the heart of the Viper, ACR is an 8.4-litre naturally aspirated V10. No turbos, no hybrids, just displacement and rage. 645 horsepower, 600 pound-feet of torque, all sent directly to the rear wheels. This engine is old school in the most violent way. It doesn't wait. It doesn't soften delivery. Power arrives instantly and it keeps coming. There's no traction control safety net to save you. The power delivery is immediate and unforgiving. Every throttle input matters. Every mistake has consequences. This engine doesn't scream. It roars. It shakes the cabin. It vibrates through your spine. It reminds you that this car is alive and it doesn't care if you're ready. The Dodge Viper ACR didn't just compete on track, it dominated. It set lap records at Laguna Seca, VIR, Nürburgring, and countless others. Tracks usually ruled by European supercars fell to American muscle. What shocked the world wasn't just the lap times. It was how consistently the ACR delivered them. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, just grip and commitment. And it did it without exotic materials or million-dollar price tags. Just engineering, aerodynamics, and driver confidence. The ACR proved something unforgettable. Straight-line speed is optional. Downforce, balance, and bravery are not. Driving the Viper ACR is not comfortable, it's not smooth, and it's definitely not forgiving. The steering is heavy, the clutch is demanding, the ride is punishing. But everything feels honest. Nothing is masked. This car tells you exactly what it's doing and exactly what you're doing wrong. There's no filter, no assistance, no mercy. It demands respect before it gives trust. And once that trust is earned, the experience becomes addictive. When driven correctly, the ACR feels unstoppable. Not because it helps you, but because it lets you do everything yourself. Inside, the Viper ACR feels like a race car with license plates, carbon fiber everywhere. Minimal insulation, no luxury distractions. The cabin is loud. Heat bleeds through the firewall. The engine's presence is always felt. Seats are tight and uncompromising. Controls feel mechanical. Everything reminds you that comfort was never the goal. There's no touchscreen obsession here, no comfort-driven choices. Everything inside exists to keep you focused on driving. Nothing else. This isn't an interior meant to impress passengers. It's meant to lock the driver into battle. The Viper ACR was never mass-produced. It was built for a specific kind of buyer, and that buyer is rare. Many owners barely drive them. Some never do. Because the ACR isn't just powerful, it's intimidating. It demands space, respect, and skill. Not everyone wants that relationship. Today, clean examples are rising in value. Collectors understand what this car represents. One of the last truly analog performance monsters ever built. As the world moves toward electrification, cars like the Viper ACR feel extinct, and that scarcity only fuels its legend. The Viper ACR became a symbol of American defiance, proof that raw engineering could still matter. It stood against the rise of driver aids, against the softening of performance cars, against comfort-first thinking. It showed that computers don't define greatness, drivers do. That courage still has a place in performance. In a world of assisted speed, the ACR stood alone. No apologies, no compromises. It didn't try to be loved by everyone, and that's exactly why enthusiasts respect it. The Dodge Viper ACR matters because it represents the end of an era where cars didn't protect you from yourself, where driving meant responsibility, where performance demanded respect. This was a time when skill mattered more than software, when bravery mattered more than buttons. This wasn't a car built for trends. It was built for drivers. And long after numbers fade and technology moves on, the Viper ACR will be remembered for one thing. It had the courage to be honest. And that is the Dodge Viper ACR. A car that didn't evolve with the times, it challenged them. A machine that refused to be polite, refused to be safe, and refused to be forgotten. If you love cars that scare manufacturers and thrill drivers, subscribe to TURBOSTATIC, because we all love cars and for real. And this is car heaven.